Okay, we're back from our executive session. Next item is staff comments.
Staff comments, I'll be real quick. I want to just step away real quick and present some boards that we got in today about a project that we've presented regarding entrepreneurial zoning. Had a architect, I think he's actually watching here tonight, Jeff Fry Architecture in town, put together a kind of a composite sketch of what an entrepreneurial park could look like, dedicated towards that entrepreneurial zoning. So I'll just be back around and present these to you guys. To kind of give you an update, Mr. Ogden, you're holding right there kind of what represents the office buildings themselves. Those are kind of styled after the container space that has become real popular in development. It's a little bit cheaper. It's able to be built a lot quicker, and it's a kind of a newer style geared towards those entrepreneurs that we're trying to target as well. So again, this is nothing that is, ready to, do dirt work or get our shovels out yet, but just an idea of what we could see. But it's exciting to kind of look at this and picture this in Guthrie for the one day.
Are we talking about this kind of little bit of a container? Kind of fit together look?
Yep. Okay. And the board that Commissioner Chappell's holding shows the breakdown. There's many different, I guess you would call them pods for those office buildings. I think that there's 4 in his. There's a part for ag-related business, I guess heading from left to right. And then there's also a part of that land dedicated towards residential use to show a real true mixed-use facility. So again, not a specific project that we have ready to go and get our shovels out yet, but we are very excited for what this could be and the attention that we have been receiving lately geared towards this project.
Cody, what kind of acreage is normally put together for something like a...
I think that something like this would be targeted for about 80 acres.
And this is the entrepreneur zone, right? And so basically what you're talking about is, and I think I misunderstood when we discussed this before, people's homes are near their work, but they aren't where they work.
Right.
Is that correct?
And they could also, if they own, a light retail outlet to where they're shipping, the online stores or something like that, we would also encourage them to, to where they could run their business out of their homes there as well. But only in, that kind of specifically zoned area.
So if there's a living area within that would be within the 80-acre.
Right.
And will you explain one more time, just because I'm slow to learn?
Of course.
What the entrepreneurial
it's a zoning layer. What we see as far as planning. Yeah, it's the first one done. We've been trying to scour all across the globe to see if anyone's done this yet. We haven't seen it. We know that it's the first of its kind in North America. You're familiar with your C1, C2 general commercial zoning. This just puts us on the map, shows the entire state as well as the nation that we are geared towards targeting entrepreneurs specifically. We want to be home to emerging businesses and getting them in Guthrie right off the ground.
Are you saying, Cody, that there are not any actually in operation yet within the whole United States? Or
there's no zoning dedicated towards entrepreneurs specifically in the United States.
Okay.
They, obviously they can fall under the C3 general commercial zoning district or something like that. But as far as gearing it specifically towards entrepreneurs, this will be the first of its kind.
We're kind of breaking new ground here.
Uh-huh. Very much so.
Where are we going from here?
The council has been briefed of the zoning option. They've not yet approved it. We're still working on a draft of what that will really look like. Want to make sure that we get any kind of loose ends tied up before we have them approve that. And then we would eventually want to apply the layer to a specific piece of property whenever that does happen. So we would have to go through a rezoning process and that sort of thing.
Cody, how is this different than if, for example, someone came in and built some office buildings?
Truthfully, it's not.
And then build a residential?
It would be, it's very, very common to what you would see towards kind of the multi-use phrase. What we're doing is clustering those entrepreneurs together, getting those like-minded, even if they're ag and tech businesses, they can feed off of each other, those kinds of things. And so we're providing an incentive for them, basically just by saying it's an exclusive area.
So you're kind of maybe mixing residential, R, with commercial, C, and
it's very, I think the zoning layer that we've talked about, the title would be CE-1. And so, of course, anything in a commercial area, any kind of residential could fit into a commercial area if needed, or if interested in. So,
But it does still seem very separated by residential.
It does. We would like to see the connectivity go. You know, if someone wants to, ride their bike to work or something like that, we want to be able to provide someone a place to it's way overused, but live, work, and play.
When we first, and I'm sorry for interrupting.
No.
I guess I had sort of envisioned in the beginning was sort of a place where, much like old downtown Guthrie, where people sort of lived upstairs and had their stores down.
And you could still do that. The model that we've seen in Las Vegas actually has office space on the ground floor in the same container style and apartments up top.
And apartments upstairs.
So you could absolutely see that. Like I said, this is not written in stone by any means. It's just kind of a good visual to provide a little bit of motivation to get going.
Very cool. Yeah,
Thank you.
Idea.
It would be exciting to see people move in to do that.
Any more staff comments, sir?
That's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Board comments, please. Joe?
I have nothing.
Ed, you want to bring up that little situation, maybe put it on the agenda for the next calendar or something to get with Cody?
That would be, I think, a good idea if we could make an agenda item for discussing all or most all, anything that comes before your office, the planning commission or the planning department, that we would be apprised of, so that we're all on the same page when people ask us out in the
maybe an update of kind of plans that we've seen in the recent months.
Yes,
That would be good.
Absolutely.
Okay. Are there any other comments, Ed?
nothing. Thank you.
And I imagine that if at any time that we feel like there's something that we'd like to discuss, we can call the office and
Oh, absolutely.
ask
Absolutely.
to put on the agenda specifically.
Yes, for certain things that we get.
An example would be, what's our new La Quinta? Was asked about it, and of course had no knowledge of it whatsoever. So things like that, if we could really be kept up to date and
Understand.
maybe even maybe see any plating or ideas or something. Of course, I realize we have staff and we have engineering and all to do that, but it would
Absolutely.
be something nice.
We can
if
get you an update.
Okay.
We can get you an update. All right.
I think it'd be fairly close to whatever, you have to come up with staff reports anyway, and this would just be included in with the staff report.
Very similar.
And instead of trying to not reinvent the wheel, but that way it just keeps us on the same page when somebody out in the community asks us
Absolutely.
what is going on, so.
All right, will do.
Nothing else? Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I would make a motion to adjourn.
I second.